snowstorm isn't going to keep me away from thrifting. Today, I'm venturing out in a blizzard in Calgary, Alberta, Canada to hit the Goodwill, as I heard that it is 50% off things that have a white tag on them. But first, I want to tell you guys about a project that I like to do, painting on glass. I find glassware at Goodwill, the dollar store, clear stuff that I paint on, and here's a couple that I did. At the end of this video, I will show you what kind of paint I used to create these dazzling masterpieces. But first, let's grab a cart and get thrifting. I threw this Mark New York bag into my cart. It cost $10.50, but at the end of the day, I chose not to buy it. Fishnets, okay. The artwork was a bit scant. I wasn't finding a lot of things that I liked there today, but you know, that it's hit or miss, right? And here's some copper and a bit of brass. Later on in the video, we'll come back to this copper. $4.50 for that. And this piggy bank, $15.50. It was hefty. It had a good solid feel to it. Probably why it was priced that way. We have a wine goblet, $6.50 there. Then we get into like the silver, mostly silver plate and some brass. I see a lot of those trays like that ship there in copper out and about. Now here is why you should keep your eye open for paintable glass. You could get it really, really cheap. I mean, cheaper than the dollar store if you hit the right thrift store on the right day at the right price. The wine glass that I showed you at the beginning that I painted was one that I picked up for like $1, and the same for the clear vase. And those were from the dollar store. That was before I was actually going out thrifting. I only started seriously thrifting back in November 2023, so not that long ago. Right now we're March 2024. Okay, this bowl, gorgeous, beautiful gold trim around it, really intact for $8.50. Crystal bowl here with, was it pinwheels for $15.50? They tacked on 50 cents at the end of every price tag. Must be inflation. $28.50 for this. But the gold wasn't that fantastic around the edge. More crystal. Ashtrays. Gold is worn off that goblet. Look like a pressed glass. It looked kind of cheap. $1.50. Oh, what do we have here? A nice basket, and it is priced a white tag, so that would be $5.50, 50% off, $2.75. Still has the tag on it from the maker. $2.75. You can make a beautiful Easter display with something like that. $15.50 for you. I was doing kind of a quick run through. I wanted to kind of get out and then get back home. The weather was just treacherous, and it was worse on the drive home. But I just had to go out. Even today, as I'm filming this today. I'm not out thrifting. It's a Saturday because the snowstorm is even worse today. This was filmed in first week of February 2023. We're now March. I haven't gotten around to making this video until today. I've put out quite a few other ones you should check out. So this goes in the cart. Found it to be a nice heft to it. Will I take it at the end? I don't know. I put stuff in. A lot of times I take them right back out. Those are pretty. $1.50 a piece. Found that to be a good buy. I guess somebody else will take them home. Won't be me. Just nice glassware. Beautiful. Beautiful. Some bowls, plates. $1.50. $5.50 for that one. With the paint that I'll show you, you could paint like this on blank plates if you wanted to. Simple stuff. I get design ideas off of Pinterest. See, even this, you could find a design to trace out, like do a print and then get some inky paper and transfer it, you know, onto whatever you wanted to paint. Or just print it out on white paper and then cut it out, scotch tape it to the inside of your glass, and then use that as your template to draw around with the gold outlining tube of paint that I'll show you. Fun stuff. Tattoos. If you look up Pinterest tattoos, tattoo designs, you can use those designs to make basically almost anything, because it's all like outline art, sketch art kind of stuff. It's nice. And what I did was kind of like a stained glass look in a way. I had like a gold outline. Oh, this frog. Okay, we'll talk about painting later. $15 for that. Why? Occupied Japan. Ribbit. Made in occupied Japan. So old. Old and cute. Let's face it, it's a cute frog. What else have we got there? Lots of green. I've been seeing that stemware there for a while. Green, gold rimmed. Nice olive green pottery. And we get into the pretty pinks and silver. I have to wonder if that silver and that pink glass went together originally, or they just put it together. $5.50 for that. Okay. Snack trays. Alberta wild roses. That's a sweet piece. Always like that. There's some pretty pink. I thought this was Nippon, but no. Made in Germany. Now look, you could do this. This looks like Indian ink though. Really pretty. This is painted, kind of splash. Probably a drop of paint and then a straw. You blow through it and then it just spatters out, would be my guess how that's done. Royal Adderley. What do we have? $3.50 for that plate. A lot of pretty stuff. I'm going a little fast because, like I said, I wanted to get home before it got too ugly because it was bad enough driving there. But you know, thrifting is addicting. I gotta warn you about it. You better have a place to store your stuff. Start to get like, what is it? The death pile going on, bring home stuff. And it's like, hey, well, what do I do with it? And if you're a flipper or a reseller, you'll have to deal with it sooner or later. Otherwise, it becomes an expensive hobby. Kind of an expensive hobby for me, actually. I'm hooked on this stuff. I love it. So somebody was asking me, do I have, I don't know, a website that I sell my stuff on? No, I do not. I'm not there yet. Not there yet. Okay, $10.50 for the set of 2. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Yeah, $8.50. Beautiful. Where are you made? Germany. I see a lot of German pieces in the thrift stores. Purple, blue pottery. Nice. Nice stuff. Seen this a couple times. Gorgeous. $12.50. Just stamped 18 in gold. Not stamped, actually painted on or pressed on. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Their collection of blue plates and platters and dishes. Very eye-teasing. Their end caps are always color coordinated. We have the greens and the yellows, the blacks and the whites, bit of bling bling. Gorgeous stuff. Just a whole array of different things to see. $4.50 for that. Signed. I love strawberries on plates. $5.50. Nice platter, small snack tray perhaps. Watermelon jug. Check it out. $7.50. I'm not seeing a lot of white tags. They come in clusters though. More red. Now, funny thing is that when you watch a video afterwards, you see what's wrong with something. The pot is broken on the little guy right by my thumb. The little, see the crack going across? I didn't notice that when I was at the store, but I noticed it when I was watching a video after. See that tiger in the back? It just peeked out. I eventually buy that. It started off at $80 in the front under glass. Then they moved it there and marked it down to $40. And then a few weeks after this video was shot, I got it at $20, 50% off. And then I had a $15 off coupon if I spent $25. So in theory, I got it for $5. I just bought another thing for, let's see, for $5 so I could use the coupon. Not bad, not bad. And here we have a pretty big plate for $40.50. Yeah, I would like to have that for a lot less. So you kind of have to hope it's still there when they're going to have a yellow tag sale. Salt and pepper shakers. Still highly collectible to this day. I was surprised. Like, people still collect them. $3.50 for... Oh, that's each. So the price tag on them is each, I think. No, that was $3.50 for the pair. Some thrift stores price them individually. Those hens in a nest, see the white one that we just saw? Some people collect them and they kind of sell for good money if you're into that. If you're into flipping, I don't know, maybe you sell on eBay or Poshmark or somewhere else or have your own store. I guess the hens in a nest do sell pretty good. I think it was $5.50 for that one if I remember right. Now this was a wine bottle. I was surprised it was there. It was $3.50. I put it in my cart. I took it out. I'm like, oh, it's just a wine bottle. Because I remember seeing them at the liquor store looking like that. I was like, whoa. That was pretty there. But you could put like dish soap into it, whatnot. One of them was priced for $7.50 and the other $3.50. So $3.50, why don't I throw you in my cart and leave the $7.50 one? And it's a white tag, so it's half price. What else we have here? Interesting big vase with a bow, a ribbon and a bow type thing on it. Pretty purple vase, $3.50. You see, all this stuff is paintable, this glass. Clear glass, if you can get it cheap enough. Oh my gosh. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. $14.50. And we have some seashells and some kind of Greek looking vases, but more modern. Maybe they were handmade and painted blue. Candlestick holders, very hefty. $10.50. EP lead. Electroplated lead, perhaps. I read that right? You can press pause, go back. And some more copper. So let's dig into it. This is what we saw at the beginning. Now let's have a deeper dive into it. $15.50. Boy, I tell you, when yellow tags come on sale, this will be the stuff to pick up. $15.50. Mark on it. And this looks like it's either hammered or pressed. Copper basket, very nice. Shiny, looks new. And here we have some interesting decorative houses. And one of them lights up. Very heavy. 1983, handmade. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Perhaps a butter dish, but I don't think a pound of butter would fit into that thing. That's been there for a while. I think it was in another one of my videos. Looks like lava. Don't think it is. And then we get into a few pots and pans. Always looking for high-end stuff. Never really finding it. Cuisinart. Run of the mill. And I look at cast iron too, because you just never know. Some of them are worth a lot of money. I know. Old cast iron frying pans. That's nice. $50.50. Bit on the pricey side for me, but very nice piece. They don't have tons of stuff there in the pots and pans section. Maybe it gets cleaned out pretty quick. I don't know. Or people just throw them out to get too used and abused, I guess. A little bit more strainer, bakeware, nothing. We get into some casserole dishes, pie plates rather. Beautiful glass. Pyrex. More Pyrex. Things a bit more vintage now. Gorgeous $8.50 for that small casserole. And Knickknacks. Love that section. I love it. It's so jam-packed though. I could stand there for an hour and not move very far. Kitties. You remember these watches? Well, actually, little miniature clocks. They came out in like the 80s and 90s. They were everywhere for a while. This stuff is collectible. Is it Mountain Pottery? Don't really remember the name. Basically green going to black. Has a very distinct look to it. SpongeBob. SpongeBob, hey man. A lot of pretty things. You just don't know what you're gonna find. Nice hefty piece of glass. Kind of like a paperweight, but some frogs. Lots of frogs actually, and angels. A few candles, candle holders. Lots of candles. I'm surprised at how expensive candles are there. I thought they'd be cheap. Nice vintage dog, but I think his feet were cracked. Some pigs. Happy pigs. And some bling bling sneakers. Converse. There's All-Star with glitter. Silver glitter All-Stars. Nice crystal stemware. Gorgeous stuff. $8.50. That's beautiful. Gorgeous. Look at that fruit bowl back there with the red. $8.50 for that. Have a look at it. Yes, heavy. That was heavy. It's not quite red. It's more like plum. Yeah, a nice transparent plum in certain spots. What is this, an egg tray? The deviled eggs on it, maybe? Nice piece. The gold was worn off in a few spots, unfortunately. If it had been a white tag, maybe I would have snapped it up. I'm surprised this was this expensive. That depression glass? $13.50? Guess I should be on the lookout for that. My china cabinet's getting pretty full though, folks. Alright guys, let's talk about what I painted. So here is the wine glass. Can you see that? So I painted this, and I painted this one. The lighting here is a bit harsh. Can't see it very well. But what I used, Vibio Vitre 360. I picked this up at Michael's and I bought the kit, 12 piece. Glass paint. Step 1 would be using this same brand, PBO. And this is gold. That's gold. So basically what I did, I went on Pinterest and I found a rose that looked kind of like this, and it was done in outline, just black outlines. I printed it the right size, then I cut it out, and then I put it inside here, taped it, And then I went around the printed lines with this and with the gold outline. And the gold outline, it's raised a bit, kind of like stained glass, let's call it, just a little bit. So it's a little high relief. And then I let it tack up. Maybe it took an hour for it to dry. And then I went in with the paints and I used a smaller paintbrush to go in, and I would dab on the color and then I put it to white. So, and then I would kind of blend them together, the rose color to the white. And yeah, and then after that, I just let it dry for, I don't know, a few hours. And then you bake it. You literally bake it. Depending on what you buy, the instructions will be on the paint itself. What I had to do is put the glassware in the oven, a cold oven, and then turn the oven on to whatever temperature it told me to do. And then leave it in there for, I think it was 30 minutes. And then shut the oven off, open the door, because this way it doesn't shock the glass. This is not heat resistant glass. So it went into a cold oven, close the door, turn it on, let it warm up with the temperature, let it bake for 30 minutes. And now you cannot scratch that off. It's like it's fused onto the glass. It's incredible stuff, incredible. So if you wanted to start up a new kind of project, kind of on the cheap, because you know, you can buy glass, you saw it really, really cheap out there. Either the dollar store or even better at thrift stores. And you can put your own designs on it, bake it, and it is on there. You cannot pick it off with your thumbnail. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and happy thrifting, and please hit that subscribe or at least hit the like. It will help me out immensely. And you might want to check out one of these two videos up here next. Have yourself a fantastic day. Bye-bye.